One of the internet's favorite social media couples has filed for divorce after 11 years of marriage. Meet Kristy and Desmond Scott. They have filed for divorce after 11 years of marriage, and there's also allegations of infidelity from Desmond. And anytime you have what people consider relationship goals from social media and allegations of infidelity, people's reactions are going to be all over the place. So with that being said, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. Also, be sure to subscribe to my Substack so I can keep you updated on every story we talk about. With all that being said, let's get into today's topic.
Have you noticed the impatient look Desmond Scott gives Kristy Sarah? 3 details prove that Desmond has already fallen out of love. Recently, Kristy officially filed for divorce from her childhood sweetheart and husband of 11 years, citing Desmond's infidelity during their marriage. In fact, keen-eyed fans had already noticed the subtle changes between the two. In the couple's daily life videos released before the divorce, Kristy is always cheerful and playful. However, Desmond's response is not his usual affectionate smile, but instead a slight furrowed brow and a gaze that drifts away in impatience. This wasn't an isolated incident. Fans analyzed the shift and noticed that Desmond's gaze went from a deeply affectionate look in 2024 to a reluctantly indifferent look in 2025. His body language also shifted from being close and engaged to leaning slightly away, a subtle sign of emotional distance. Second, in their shared social media posts, Desmond has always presented himself as a gentleman, while Kristy has become increasingly arrogant and assertive. As time passed, Desmond seems to have intentionally distanced himself from Kristy, revealing his growing indifference towards their marriage. Lastly, the most obvious change occurred a few months ago when Desmond quietly removed his wedding ring, the symbol of loyalty and love, raising suspicions that he may have already grown tired.
And people's reactions in the comment section were all over the place. No, Kristy and Diamond? Obviously, I think she meant Desmond. I never saw them as, quote, goals. They were honestly annoying and performative. And a lot of people are talking about the impact that social media might have had on their relationship, but we're going to get into that here in a second. I want to see a picture of who he cheated with. He was tired of those videos. And again, a lot of people are saying that maybe Desmond was kind of getting sick and tired of his life being on social media. And the video reactions on social media were kind of mixed as well. Take a look.
Due to social media harassment, Desmond has come out to explain why him and his wife are getting divorced and if he cheated. And that has some on social media even more mad. Quickly to jog your memory, they're the famous Instagram/TikTok couple where she'll dress up as characters to scare him in the house. He admits the truth is things were not peachy and rosy in their relationship, that they faced challenges and that they were trying to work through them until he couldn't do it no more and he asked for a separation towards the end of 2025. It seems like she wasn't going for it, but then he ended up doing something that finally led to them agreeing on getting a divorce. Now people on social media are mad at him, saying that why would he ever ask his wife to separate? That she looks like a great woman, that she does so much things. Why would he want to leave her? I keep telling y'all, stop with these couple goals with celebrities, bro. Just because people record a happy moment don't mean that they living happy lives when the camera's off. Some people are even accusing that the reason that the separation didn't happen was because they were trying to keep up social media appearances to keep on making money as a couple. You guys not find it weird that you're trying to force a couple to stay together so that you guys can continue seeing content? Do you not find that very parasocial? What do you guys feel about the situation? Some people are saying that he still should have never cheated even if he wanted to be separated. Some people are saying that how do we know that he cheated? How do we know that the thing that caused the relationship to go downhill was it something that she did or she cheated?
What made y'all feel like Kristy and Desmond was the perfect couple anyway? All she did was flip around that house in them high heels while he laughed obnoxiously. Nothing about them gave perfect couple to me. And in my opinion, no happy couple buys a minimalistic stone house. Them big ass empty houses be built with despair and misery, if you ask me. It didn't work when Kim Kardashian and Kanye did it. Oh, y'all have to stop idolizing couples who have to present their happiness to you for a check. Of course they looked happy. That was how they made their money. Their happiness was part of the brand. I'm not sure why y'all like romanticize other people's relationships and it gives y'all like hope. That has nothing to do with you. It's not gonna get you any closer to where you're trying to be. I never really understood that. Like what another couple's relationship does for your psyche, that's just something that just never clicked for me. Anybody who has to get on the internet and tap dance their relationship for a check is probably not happy, right? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, right? I'm on here talking about romance being a performance. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You do not have to perform real love, right? Romance, whining and dining, poetic nothings. All of that is a performance, but it doesn't prove real love. Y'all are so easily fooled by someone having love because y'all think it's a performance. Like, literally, that is why it's so easy for somebody to trick you into believing that they care about you. You want them to tap dance. That's not love. I don't know how many times y'all have to see this same thing fall apart for y'all to believe that. It doesn't matter how, like, romantic it looks, because that's not true love. Love is action. Love is consistency. And unfortunately, love is truly boring. It doesn't look exciting. Real love between two individuals is no difference between a love between a mother and a child, two siblings, two cousins. Love is love. It's consistent in action. It's showing up. I don't know why y'all always fall for this celebrity couple stuff. Nobody who has to get on the internet and show you how happy they are is really happy.
Desmond told Kristy to sit her ass down. He said, girl, do you gotta be Mortal Kombat and Karate Kid every day? Anyway, let's get into it. Desmond just posted that he said he talked to Kristy about a separation in 2025. Y'all are up on this man for saying that he cheated and he was this and he's wrong. He said he talked about a separation. Did he admit that he was wrong? Yes. But it seems like he really tried to talk about it and take a break. Can you imagine your wife or your husband just jumping around doing karate kicks all fucking day? My husband and I had this conversation. I was like, I would be annoyed. We talked about this a year ago, and he loved watching them. And I was like, I would be so irritated if you were over there jumping, kick, flipping, dolphin diving and shit all day. It would drive me crazy.
Y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm not surprised that Desmond cheated on Kristy. Baby, I seen that come up from a mile away. When you are a booked, busy, successful woman at that, and granted, he's successful too. But if you look at the account, she's literally doing all the other work. All of the videos, all of the funny pranks, all the videos that make us laugh. So of course, everyone's going to be in her DMs trying to book her. I remember one day I was scrolling through her account. And I was like looking at the videos and I was looking at all these events that she goes to. And then in my head, I'm like, who is filming these videos? Is Desmond even there? Like, he probably out cheating right now. Once you give men a little bit of space, they make a lot of motherfucking space. To the point where it's taking up your space. Now, granted, it's so nice to be in a relationship, but man, is it nice to be single. It is so nice to be single. You can't, I'm telling y'all, y'all think she working now? Maybe after this divorce, she going, she going to the motherfucker. She thinks she up now. She thinks she up now. Somebody gonna snatch her up. Somebody, a celebrity, a A-list celebrity might snatch her up. I'm not even lying.
Cheating very rarely comes out of nowhere. Does it happen? Absolutely. But very rarely does it come out of nowhere. Most of the time, it is a reflection of your own disrespectful behavior. Now, with the whole Kristy and Desmond situation, so many people keep saying, oh, well, they were a happily married couple. If it could happen to them, it could happen to anybody. No one's safe. But you don't know if they were a happily married couple. You just saw that they made videos together where they looked happy. And after documentaries like 8 Passengers with the whole Frank family, like, how have people not learned to not believe everything you see online? You are the ones telling yourself the story, oh, they were a happily married couple, Desmond cheated out of nowhere and he's the bad guy. But you guys are villainizing someone when you don't know the details of their relationship. Now, I have never cheated, unless you count high school, which I don't, but I don't know if I've been cheated on. It's a possibility because of what I'm about to tell you. I can see it happening. I am a coach and I work with a lot of conflict avoidant men, and I help them learn how to stay grounded and stay steady during pressure, like during conflict, because these men tend to be people pleasers, or they tell their wives whatever they want to hear because they're just so afraid. So it makes it really hard for them to assert boundaries, which means they don't respect themselves and neither does their partner. So majority of my clients have either cheated or have almost cheated on their partner. And I didn't know this until recently. Until recently, I saw it as an observation and I was like, wait, almost every freaking client has said the same exact thing. And now I'm starting to understand the psychology behind cheating in those dynamics in particular. So something a lot of these men had in common were that they were conflict avoidant. And what's interesting about that is that there's an article that came out that said people who avoid hard conversations are 4 times more likely to cheat. And that's true. And another thing was that they were in a relationship with a dominating or controlling woman. Like they were cold, or they withdrew affection so easily. Like they gave the silent treatment a lot. So what happens is that they get disrespected and belittled over and over and over again. And the wife kind of expects their husband to act in line, even though she keeps continuously disrespecting him, saying like, you're not enough, you need to change this. Most men don't do that. No, they're going to relieve the tension and resentment they feel somewhere, because they are going to resent you. Even if they smile in your face and they're like, no, like you're totally fine. Like I get where this is coming from. They will resent the way you are treating them. Their problem is that they're conflict avoidant. They don't want to tell you how they really feel because they don't want it to turn into a fight, and that's their problem. So what happens is that they are creating the perfect container for acting out of integrity. I know what you guys are going to say. Well, if he was a real man, he wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't be cheating, okay? He would be able to tell me straight up. And you're 100% right. You're 100% right. But the thing is, if he was a man acting in integrity who was grounded, he wouldn't be with you. And that's the key that people don't see. You are not a match for the man you think you're trying to change him into. You already don't trust him. And a lot of men who have cheated, they're like, well, I mean, yes, I feel bad, but also she already thought I was cheating. She was already accusing me of it even when I wasn't cheating. So I wasn't really losing anything. Like, I couldn't really lose her trust because I didn't have it. And that's key. A lot of times women don't have trust for the person they're with, not because they've done anything to prove otherwise, but because of their own insecurity. And so what happens is that a man doesn't feel like he's losing anything because it is so heartbreaking. Like, a man does not want to lose the respect and admiration of the woman he loves. But a lot of times it's already gone because the woman wants to punish the man for making her feel bad, because she can't process her own disappointment. So she's like, well, I'm going to punish you for making me feel this way in the first place to make sure it doesn't happen again. Because I don't want to be put in the position where I have to forgive you because I'm not that open-hearted and you remind me constantly that I'm not. So those men are going to feel like they can't get anything right. And because they lack the courage to get out of that relationship because they're afraid of hard conversations and they're afraid of being alone, they will act out of integrity and they will convince themselves that it's okay and that it's your fault that you push them to cheat. I am not taking sides here. I'm simply explaining the psychology of how our behaviors influence one another, because it is so ignorant to say that it doesn't. We are like paint. If your partner is red and you're blue, you're gonna make purple. And if you change a shade, it will change the color completely. Relationship and energetic dynamics are not much different. My hot take is that cheating is not worse or less worse than constantly belittling your partner. And I think it's crazy to say that it is, because in no reality should it be okay to be able to like mistreat your partner every single day and criticize them about everything, fight about everything, and then say that it's worse, that they're worse because they cheated. It's equal. They're both disrespectful behaviors. And so when it comes to Desmond and Kristy, I wouldn't be surprised if this was going on in the background, because once you start making a lot of money on content creation, there is a lot of expectation and this pressure to keep it up. And I'm sure there were some days where the family just wanted to fucking relax. I've seen it all the time with people who aren't even big. They're just trying to get started in content creation and their partners are already sick of it because it's like they're not present in the relationship. The relationship is now second to this person's career. And whether you're a man or a woman, no one's going to be happy with someone that puts their career above them. Unless they want you to, but if it's one-sided, then obviously they're not going to be happy.
When it comes down to this Kristy and Desmond thing, I think that a lot of you guys are delusional. Number one, anytime a woman is successful and the relationship doesn't work out with her and the man, y'all automatically assume that the man is jealous. That thinking actually does not make sense. If you guys don't want to look at it from, a perspective that makes sense, then I guess that's fine. But realistically speaking, Desmond was never jealous of Kristy. In fact, I believe that he put his career on hold so that she could pursue her career. But let's also be honest, a lot of the stuff that she did was corny and annoying, and he still supported her. How is he jealous? Like, y'all are actually not thinking at all. That aside, you guys are all over here claiming that he's gay and things of that nature. And this is the one thing I don't like that black women do. The moment that a relationship isn't working between a black man and a black woman, y'all automatically assume that the black man is gay. That's honestly very weird. And you guys are clearly homophobic. That, like, I would never just assume somebody's gay or whatever. That there's nothing about that man that gives gay. If you really follow him on his own page, there's nothing that gives gay. And even if it did, why does it matter? But lastly, the court documents say that it was alleged infidelity, meaning that that has not been confirmed. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is that I believe that the whole infidelity thing is a cover up, in all honesty. Kristy don't look like somebody that can just take a L. She doesn't. You even see the way that she be treating Desmond sometimes. Like, it's really going over y'all's heads. But overall, I already peeped this weeks ago. Just off of a video that Desmond had posted, I already knew that this was coming.
But what do you think? Do you think that social media had a negative impact on their relationship? Could it be that they just grew apart because they had been together since they were 14 years old? Or is this just another situation of a person that just couldn't keep it in their pants? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to go to the description box down below and subscribe to my Substack. With that being said, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a good one.